The mostly weekly podcast from Root and Hero Plumbing and Air. Here to talk to heroes about business and the trades. With your host David and Cat, their own beer attack. Oh yeah, this is the Hero Talk theme song. Ooh yeah, this is podcast weekly. Well, mostly it is. Don't worry about it. Okay, this is the Hero Talk theme song. Ooh yeah.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of HeroTalk. HeroTalk, of course, being the mostly weekly podcast from Rooter Hero Plumbing and Air. You know the drill. I'm David. I'm one of the hosts, and with me is
Cat.
And together we're on the attack. All right. Pretty decent. We're at the tail end of April, believe it or not. Feels like just yesterday. It wasn't the end of April. Where, oh where, did the time go?
Seriously.
Yeah. Yep. Time keeps on slipping into the future. And here we are. That's a song.
Okay.
And here we are, just riding the currents. Life is like a river, and history repeats. Secret of Mana.
It does.
So, here we are, another week down, trudging along, and this year, 2024.
31% of the year is done.
Yes.
Fun fact.
Yep. That is true. We're second quarter of the year is almost a third of the way done. That's crazy. It just started. What the heck? But as they say, and as my mantra for the year is, it is what it is. You can't change it. Don't even worry about it. You can't change or stop the ruthless march of time. It's going to march whether you like it or not.
Yep.
All the way to the end. To sweet oblivion.
Very true.
Yep. On a long enough timeline, the survivability rate of everybody falls to 0. That's from Fight Club.
I'm like, this is getting deep.
So, Kat, it's been a week.
It's
It's been a week since we've sat down together in the studio, aka my office, closet, thing, place. So, what has been up with you in this last week? What accomplishments have you made? What have you done? And what have you failed at?
I've failed at reading.
Okay. All right.
I have not read in a while, so I want to get back to that. This past weekend, I went to San Diego, and it was so fun. It was one of my best friends, her bachelorette trip. And so we had pizza and drinks and sat by the pool. It was really fun. It was a good time.
Good. Much better than the ones that take place in Vegas.
Yeah, it was more casual.
Good.
But still a lot of fun.
Good.
What about you, David? Any failures? Any fun times?
Oh my, I am filled with failure.
Just in the past week.
Oh. You know, this, that, and the other. So, I was small failure. Small. But I had set aside time in my calendar to screen record some a video game playing. Never got around to it. Never even cracked open the game. Yep. And I was like, I needed that. So for my other project that I'm doing, it's going to be reused footage.
Oh.
And that's okay, because It is what it is.
There's always next time.
Yeah. I'll have to carve out some time to play video games.
But
Which is...
technically it's work, so you're
Yeah,
fine.
I know, but it's just so weird to say that.
It's justifiable.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. And I got the idea, and it no longer comes up on my For You page, right? But those talks over, like, someone playing, like, Subway Surfers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a story time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it still does, like, but it's Minecraft parkour. I don't know. And then it's like some AI voice reading off of Reddit or something. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But, yeah. So,
Anything fun though? Did you do anything fun over the weekend?
I organized Notion. Yeah.
It's fun for you.
Yeah. I wouldn't classify it as fun. I'd classify it as interesting
And productive.
and productive, and this is a little frustrating on certain parts because I wanted to embed more websites than it lets me embed. I wanted to have Notion as my one-stop shop so I could have, like, that open and nothing else.
Yeah.
So that would have been cool. But no. No, I couldn't. Not fair. Although I did get a bunch of stuff embedded into it. Like, I embedded my Todoist in there. I embedded my calendar.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. And, yeah. I bored myself talking about it. So,
So, what are we talking about today, David?
today, we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to everybody's heart. Everybody's gone through it. Everybody's faced this. We're going to talk about failure. And no, we're not calling you a failure. I'm not calling you a failure. And I'm not calling me a failure. Everyone has experienced failure.
Yes.
And normally when people say things like that, I'm like, okay. Like, you know, you're not broke. You're experiencing brokenness. It's like, no, you're broke. All right? Come on.
Got it.
We know what you meant. You're not experiencing anything. You are what you are.
Currently.
All right? So, yeah. That is your identity right now because you're asking for money to buy tacos. Tacos are not that expensive.
Tacos are good.
Yep. Even now, tacos are not that expensive. Taco Bell.
That's not a real taco, David.
You know what? For the majority of the country, it is. And you know what? I've seen more people here eat Taco Bell than I've seen anywhere else. And by here, I don't mean Southern California. I mean this building.
And there isn't even a Taco Bell like
No.
that close to.
No, there's a Del Taco, but that's not the same.
Those aren't tacos either.
And these are the people that are, like, fiercely proud of their heritage. Whenever there's a potluck, they bring pupusas or tacos or that breakfast thing where it has the soggy tortilla chips in it.
Chilaquiles?
Yes, which that would be amazing if the tortilla chips were still tortilla chips and not just a soggy mess.
If you eat it fresh, they are.
I got it at a restaurant,
Oh.
fresh.
Well,
It was like there were some that were okay on the edges. When I have, say it again.
Chilaquiles?
Yes. What I was picturing and what was described to me
Kind of like nachos.
were
with
breakfast nachos.
egg. Yeah.
What I got was soup.
Okay. So yeah, I'll give you some restaurants where you can get some actual chilaquiles.
I just want breakfast nachos. That sounds amazing to me.
Okay.
The rest of this episode is going to be about breakfast nachos.
Okay, guys, that's it.
Well, yep.
David's failure was getting soggy tortillas.
Not my failure. So, but really good. It was a special that the restaurant was having. Forgot what restaurant. It was somewhere in Simi Valley or Thousand Oaks. Not sure which one. I could probably look it up.
But it wasn't that memorable, so that says enough.
Yeah, so if you remember me from that restaurant, dear listener, dear waiter, because it was a waiter and not a waitress.
What
Not
the
that I know. But
Oh my goodness.
you're not supposed to assume.
True.
So, but forgot the name of your restaurant. It's okay.
Look, you see these? They're still crunchy.
They don't look crunchy.
They are though.
That one looks wet.
Well, yeah, they are.
How can it be crunchy and wet?
Because it's like fresh, so the sauce hasn't like absorbed into the tortilla yet. It's still like on top.
Oh.
And then served with some steak,
Yeah.
scrambled eggs, and
Yeah.
beans.
Yeah, that's...
That sounds delicious.
Well, my egg was over easy because there ain't nothing wrong with a dippy egg. That's too far.
Why is it so far?
I don't know. Well, that's how I had my eggs. The dippy way. So I could dip the tortilla chip in it like it was salsa.
Oh, okay.
Or as other people would say, salsa.
Salsa. Depends where you go.
Yeah, that's true. So...
Okay, so what are we really talking about today? We're
All
talking
right.
about failure.
Yep. So, because...
We're not talking about chilaquiles anymore.
Nope. So, just
Soggy
needed...
nachos.
We just needed content. So, failure. We've all failed. We've all... I just failed to make a sentence. We've all had failure in our lives. We've all failed at something. Some of us fail to wake up on time every morning. Some of us fail with our relationships. Or we fail to get a project done by the deadline at work. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we have more catastrophic failures and your life falls apart. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens a lot more often than people admit. Right now, people are losing their houses. You don't really see that on the news.
But is that really their failures, or is that something else?
Well, they failed to make the payments. We can get into why.
Yeah.
Yeah. When prices are up as much as they are, it stands to reason. So, but failure. Failure is a good thing. Even catastrophic failures. Even failures that put you out on the street or couch surfing with friends because you have good friends that don't want you sleeping on the street. Right? Or family members. So,
I feel like failure is only good if you learn from it.
yes. That is the thing.
Yeah.
But you don't know how tough you are. You don't know how resilient you are. You don't know much about yourself until you get punched right in the mouth.
AKA fail.
Yeah. So until life hits you,
Yeah.
you don't know. You could talk big. You could talk a tough game. You'd be like, well, that would never happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then life slams you right upside the head. And you're making all the mistakes. You're making all the bad decisions that you've been criticizing other people your entire life. It's crazy.
And that's why you should never criticize other people.
Yeah. If anything, you should learn from those people and be like, well, okay, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Like it's clear that that can happen, so
Yeah.
let's not do that.
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid, right? And I'm talking like middle school level, and you start making fun of that one person that like got acne early, and then all of a sudden you got acne. Yeah. You know why you got acne? Because you made fun of that kid. Has nothing to do with hormones or anything like that. because you made fun of that kid.
Karma.
And that is karma getting you back. All right. So, okay, so we'll wait for the cop car to pass. Someone failed.
Really bad. Did you see it? There was an accident.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, it was really bad.
I didn't see it. So.
Everyone's okay though.
Oh, good.
They were on the side.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
But they're
Was it at
close.
that intersection?
Yeah.
In San Fernando. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That happens. It's a very dangerous intersection for no reason whatsoever.
Just people don't know how to drive.
Yeah. It's like, oh, is someone coming? Oh, yeah, there is. I'll turn anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of
That's
thing.
exactly what
Yeah.
looks like happened.
Yeah, that's how it always happens there. Which is funny. So,
Well,
how
they don't get hurt.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, if they get hurt, that's bad. If they don't get hurt and it's just their car that got smashed up, that sucks. Because that's expensive. But maybe you'll learn the next time. Maybe you
You'll
should.
learn from your failures.
You'll learn. First one, why are failures awesome? Why is failure good? Because you can learn from your mistakes, right? So, when you frame your failure as a valuable source of feedback, you can know what areas you need to improve in, right? You can emphasize that when you dissect it, right? When you get into the root cause of why that failure happened, you can emphasize what went wrong, narrow down on it, hammer into it, and then you can maybe learn some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, hey, maybe I should not have done that thing, or if I had done this, maybe that wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
It inspires more creative thinking.
Yeah. More plans.
Yeah.
Instead of just plan A, what's your plan B?
Exactly. And I'm not a big fan of plan Bs, but I am a fan of plan A dot one.
Interesting.
Plan A dot two.
Okay.
So that's not. Is it a plan B? No, because it's the same plan
It's just
with adjustments.
another path
Yep.
included.
Yeah, because oh no, this path goes right through this tree. Should I just keep walking into the tree, or should maybe I go around the tree? That's not a plan B. It's just adjusting your plan a little bit.
So point one.
You know. So
Number two.
failure builds resilience. So again, you don't know yourself, you don't know your own strengths, you don't know your own limits until you've been punched in the mouth. Metaphorically in this case, right?
Yes.
So being punched in the mouth for real hurts,
So let's not do that.
but so does failing. So all right,
It
so
kind of hurt.
yeah, but you have to in order to build resilience, in order to build a tougher skin, it's like building a muscle, right? You have to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to actually do the reps, and if you don't do the reps, you ain't gonna build it. And when something goes wrong, even if it's something minor, right, you're gonna spiral out of control.
Yeah.
You can see this happen all the time where one little inconvenience happens and people freak out and go through like these massive mood shifts.
And they just give up.
Yep. Or like some being stuck in traffic. Right? First of all, you might not live in LA, but imagine getting stuck in LA. Imagine how often that happens, right? Spiraling out of control and screaming because you're on the 101 and there's traffic, or let alone the 405, right? Oh no, there's traffic on the way to Santa Monica.
You always have to like plan for that.
Yeah, it's getting mad about that is like, what is wrong with you? So, another way that failure is good is it can increase motivation. All right. So, what? How can it increase motivation? Because if you frame it right and you have the right mindset, you don't like to fail.
Yeah.
All right. You like to get back up and try again. There you go.
It
So,
also fosters innovation.
yeah. Yeah. It does. So it allows for that creative muscle to start doing its reps, right? Because it's like, if this didn't work, what are some other ways I can get this thing to work?
Yeah.
It's great. Not a lot of people, or not enough people, actually use that side of their brain. So, and you can really tell when, you know, those are the people, really, the people that lack that innovation and lack the creativity, who hit a roadblock and just stop.
Yeah.
So, because they can't think of any other way. You can usually identify these people by them saying something like, well, this is the way we've always done it.
Mm.
It is 2024.
There's new ways to do it.
Yeah. It's like, why are you filling out a timesheet on paper? What are you doing?
Why are you killing the trees?
Yeah. There ain't no reason to bring ink and paper into this. You have a smartphone. Do it that way.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. So, alright. And then, the mind shift switch that you need to do. Because you don't want to be one of those people that, fails once and believes themselves to be a failure. Right? Like, how many different spice combinations did Colonel Sanders come up with before he came up with the 11 herbs and spices that go into KFC? I don't know how many. I'm guessing he didn't just luck upon 11.
Yeah.
Or like the 52 flavors that are in Dr. Pepper.
There's 52?
I don't know. That's what it says. So, where's that Heinz? No, it's Dr. Pepper. It's not ketchup. Dr. Pepper has 52 flavors. What are the flavors? I don't know. It's Dr. Pepper. But it was a build up to that. It wasn't just like, oh, I have these 52 things. Let's see what they taste like all together.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. Same with KFC. Same with anything that you're going through.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. And giving up after the first failure, right? So you go, I didn't get that job. Oh, didn't get that promotion. Oh, didn't get to go on that date with that one person. Well, I guess I'm going to stay the rest of my life in my parents' basement. Single and alone. No. You got to get out there and keep trying.
You need that mindset shift.
Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy if you don't. So, then you can go into analyzing, using your analytical mind as opposed to your creative mind. Analytical mind, and figure out the mistakes that you made. Right? This takes a few things. One, you should probably jot down or type out what caused you to fail. If your failure, and I'm going to go really light here, if your failure was not waking up on time in the morning, right? It's not life or death unless you're a surgeon. So,
That's quite literally.
yeah. But, like, what caused you to fail? Is it because you didn't go to bed earlier the night before? Is it because you ate this at night instead of that? Things like that, right?
That ties in with the root cause,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So, I don't know what that is. So, could be anybody. But it is, you have to analyze why you failed. And to do that, you have to analyze the reasons behind why you failed. And that's okay. It's okay to fail, as long as you use it as a learning experience and you don't dwell on it.
Yes,
Right.
that's the big one. Do
Yeah.
not dwell on your mistakes.
You shouldn't dwell on your wins, and you shouldn't dwell on your losses. Use both of them as learning experiences and propel yourself forward.
Yes.
So,
And I'm a firm believer of everything happens for a reason. So
yeah. So,
just keep moving, keep
Yeah.
pushing forward.
exactly. So, let's talk about failures in groups and teams.
Okay.
Okay. Because that happens. You'll be, you know, let's say you're a project manager and you have a small team, right? And then a couple of your team members don't meet the deadline.
Mm.
And since you're a project manager, you have people over you who are waiting for that project to be done by that deadline. So, and it goes up. So it's kind of your fault. It's kind of your failure that they didn't meet their deadlines. What are you gonna do? That's just how it works, right? So embrace learning from mistakes in a team setting. This is something that you should do anyway, especially if you have any direct reports.
Mm-hmm.
And this works both up and down the chain of command. So even if you report to somebody, this still applies. Okay? So embrace learning from mistakes. You can conduct regular review sessions where team members can discuss recent setbacks and extract lessons in a non-judgmental environment. Right? Now, pointing blame and being like, well, he didn't get that part done, so I couldn't get this part done, does nothing in the long run. And in fact, it just ruins more morale, and it causes more things to not get done because the time spent bickering and going back and forth could be spent productively getting stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, there's personality conflicts and there's things like that happen, right? But like, at the end of the day, who cares? Just get your stuff done. Treat each other with respect. It'd be good to go.
Yeah.
So you can't expect everybody to like each other. As long as it's not like abject hate, you're good to go. So you can develop a resilience training program. So that's things like workshops or team building exercises that focus on emotional and mental strength. Like I've seen some really ridiculous ones with this, like people screaming at each other at work as part of an exercise. It's like, first of all,
No.
don't do that. Don't do that. The thought exercises work, right? What would you do in this situation? Then describe it. Don't scream at them, like as if you were a 1980s drill sergeant.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Maybe write it down.
Yeah. So you can innovate through failure. You can create an innovation lab where employees can experiment with new ideas without the pressure of immediate success, fostering a safe space for creative growth. This is literally how Post-its were made. The adhesive wasn't strong enough for anything else. Like I was like, hey, I made sticky notes. So that's how those were made. I'm pretty sure a lot of other inventions were done that way too.
Like on accident.
It's like, and I remember I was a big fan of Post-it notes back in the day, before smartphones.
Yeah.
So now I have however much my phone cost as a Post-it note.
As opposed to.
Is what it is. You can motivation boosting, things like that. Mindset adjustment workshops, right? So you got to be careful with those though, because those can go real cringe real fast. So, right. Root cause analysis workshops. So they can, and I'm going to get into this in a second before we end. The root cause analysis techniques, so that they can actually get to the root cause of why they didn't meet that deadline or why the team failed, why the company failed, things like that, right? Prioritization of causes and solutions. You can use like Pareto charts, the Pareto principle, things we've talked about in other episodes in team discussions to identify which causes of failure have the most significant impact and focus efforts on addressing whatever that is.
With your team.
Right, yep. So, and then there's the 5 whys approach, right? So basically, to start this off, and this is a good way of getting to the root cause of failure, right?
Okay.
Root cause analysis is first you have to state the problem clearly. You can start by clearly defining the problem or the issue you want to analyze, right? So you have to have a well-defined problem. You have to know what the issue is,
And you can do
right?
this in a group setting
Oh, yeah.
or by yourself.
Of course. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask why. Why did this happen? To identify the first cause of the problem. And then you ask why 4 more times. So, because each time you're getting a layer deeper,
Yeah.
right? So, uh, here's and I pulled this off the web, right? So, literally, it's, the source is somewhere around here. Right here. So, I'm going to read this verbatim. So, let's use the example of a problem with a conveyor belt in a manufacturing process,
Okay.
right? So the problem statement is the conveyor belt is frequently stopping, causing delays in processing goods. First why is the conveyor belt stopping? The answer, because the motor powering the conveyor belt keeps failing. The second one is why is the motor failing? Because the motor is overheating. Why is the motor overheating? Because the conveyor belt is not properly lubricated, causing increased friction. Why is the conveyor belt not properly lubricated? Because the maintenance team is not regularly checking and lubricating the belt as per the schedule. Why is the maintenance team not regularly checking and lubricating the belt? Well, because they are understaffed and overloaded with other maintenance tasks. So this preventative maintenance gets deprioritized, right? So they found the root cause of the issue by asking why 5 times, which allows them to start building a solution off of that. And you can use this,
Staff more.
basically hire more people.
Yeah.
So, in that cut and dry case, right, they found it by going 5 levels deep. Sometimes you have to go more than that, especially if you're not honest with yourself or if you're not getting all the information from your team, right? But with enough whys will make you wise. Yeah,
Okay.
just came up with that. But you can find out exactly why something failed. You just have to dig deep enough, and the deeper you dig, the more the bigger the likelihood of you not failing again in that regard. That's what the chances are, right? So if you failed at something, doesn't matter what it is. Could be a small failure, like not waking up in the morning on time, not in general, just not on time, or a you're not asking anybody anything.
Yeah. I got that.
Then or a catastrophic failure like losing your job, not getting a promotion, losing a relationship, getting a divorce, right? Asking yourself why that happened and then digging down each step will let you find out what happened, why it failed, and what you can work on to prevent that from happening again. And here's the thing, there's going to be a temptation of having one of the whys someone else, right? Especially in not getting the job or not getting that promotion or getting a divorce or having your spouse cheat on you, right? You're always going to blame the other person. And in some instances, yeah, especially in that last one I mentioned, right? So, but the focus is on what you could have done differently, right? Or how you could have handled the situation. So, keep digging, keep building. Don't view failure as the end. View failure as something that will propel you forward once you learn the lesson.
Yes.
So, failure is a powerful teacher if you allow it to be. Allow it to be that teacher. You want to add anything?
And just don't stress over things you can't control. I've said that before, but I really agree with that, especially when it comes to like failure and stuff, like where you said like screaming in traffic and
Yeah.
like, you can't control that. So why are you stressed about it? You should have left 10-15 minutes earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can understand if they were a tourist.
Oh,
Right.
That's different.
But someone who's, like, born and raised here or lived here for more
Or
than...
like if it's your daily commute,
Yeah.
and you scream every day, knowing that there's traffic.
Yeah. Then you just become in that, like, that person in the movie falling down, and nobody wants that. So, great movie. But, alright, so you want to tackle the fee, or should I?
If you guys got anything out of this podcast, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, share it with anyone, and let's make the show grow. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Have fun.
Like,
Hey, welcome back to another